Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is your shortcut to getting, well, really informed without feeling like you're drowning in information. Today, we're diving into something pretty profound, something that frankly touches all of us eventually. Dealing with personal loss, big life changes, and that real human tendency to get stuck on what's gone. But this isn't just about sadness. It's more a deep dive into, shifting your perspective, finding joy again, and really seeing what's still good in your life right now. We've looked at some really thoughtful stuff, practical wisdom too, that offers a kind of fresh look at how we cope when things change, when people leave, or, opportunities just disappear. So our mission today is really to pull out those key ideas, those nuggets that can help you build resilience and maybe appreciate a bit more what's still here in your own life. You might find some relatable moments, maybe even an aha moment. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, it really is universal, isn't it? We all face loss, big shifts, and it's surprisingly easy to get caught up in thinking about it over and over, replaying things, focusing on how things used to be. What's fascinating here, I think, is how the material we've looked at really tackles that directly. It offers more than just comfort. It gives a pretty clear path toward a different way of looking at things. It kind of nudges us to look somewhere else entirely.
Exactly. And that's really where we need to start, right? This common human thing, this habit of obsessing over what's left. And it's not always the huge things, is it? It could be quieter stuff, like a friendship that just faded, or maybe an opportunity you look back on and think, that slipped through my fingers. Or even thinking about a past version of you that felt, more in control, more loved, just more together. We've all been there, haven't we? That little pull to replay things you can't change, holding on to memories that just won't budge. It's described so well as chasing ghosts instead of actually, moving forward.
Chasing ghosts. That really captures it, doesn't it? It's painful. And what's really insightful in these reflections is how they show this approach is actually counterproductive. There's this common idea almost that healing means you have to figure it all out. Go back to the loss, dissect the pain. Like if you just analyze it enough, the answers will pop up and the hurt will magically vanish.
Wow.
But honestly, what these insights show pretty clearly is that just keeps you stuck
right
where you are. It's like constantly checking the past like an inbox,
Oh, yeah?
hoping for some new message, some closure that just isn't coming, or like refreshing feelings that had already expired.
That idea of refreshing expired feelings, wow, that really hits home. It paints such a clear picture of how draining that emotional loop is. You really do wake up tired, right? Not physically tired, but just mentally exhausted from running on that same old track.
Yeah.
Because your mind is still locked in yesterday's goodbye. You end up missing the beauty of today. You just lose the beauty of what today could be. It's a really stark reminder. Every time you look back, you miss what's right here.
Yeah.
You miss the new stuff, the small joys, the warmth that's actually present, waiting for you. What is it about that that constant mental replaying that makes it so exhausting beyond just the sadness itself?
Well, that's a great point. I think the drain comes from fighting reality, essentially. When we're stuck refreshing expired feelings, we're not really processing. We're resisting. We're trying to drag a past reality into the present moment. And that just burns up so much mental energy that could be going towards, growth, connection, actually living.
Right.
It also creates this internal conflict, doesn't it? The mind knows the past is gone, but the emotions are trying to keep it alive somehow. That conflict is inherently tiring. And look, it's not about pretending it doesn't hurt. The sources are very clear. Some losses leave fingerprints. Definitely. We all have those days, right? Where you think you're doing okay, and then boom, a song, a smell, a memory just pulls you right back.
Yeah.
But the core idea here is that real healing wasn't found in figuring out why someone left or why something ended. It came from noticing who stayed or what was still there. It's not about ignoring the past, but about acknowledging the good stuff that endures and putting your energy there.
And that's where this whole narrative takes such an interesting turn, I think, a really powerful one. It leads right to this key moment described in the material. The conscious decision to just pause that overthinking spiral and simply look around. It's not always some big lightning bolt moment, is it? Often it's just noticing the small things like the sunlight on the floor, the feel of your coffee cup, the people who did stick around, and crucially, noticing the parts of you still standing, still strong, still capable. The main realization, which sounds so simple but feels huge, is I was so busy grieving the gone, I forgot to love what's still here. That's a massive shift, isn't it? From focusing inside on what's lost to looking outside and appreciating what's actually present. How does that seemingly small act of just noticing help so much with healing.
It's powerful because it fundamentally shifts your focus from absence to presence. And if we connect this to our broader emotional health, well, this isn't just a quick gratitude exercise. It really does facilitate deep healing. The material puts it so clearly. True healing didn't come from understanding why someone left. It came from noticing who stayed. Just pause on that for a second.
Yeah.
It's not abstract theory. There are these great concrete examples, too, like watering the plants I kept ignoring. A simple, real action of nurturing life right there.
Right, tangible things.
Exactly. Or replying to messages I left unread because I was too consumed with waiting on the wrong person. These are practical ways this shift actually shows up in life. And it underlines that gratitude isn't pretending the hurt is there. It's about deciding not to let what's gone completely overshadow what's still good.
Okay.
It's an active choice, a conscious redirection of your attention, your energy. It's not denying the pain, but acknowledging that life goes on, and so do the chances for joy.
That phrase, active choice, leads us right into the next really powerful idea here. Focus is a form of love. That's quite something, isn't it? What you choose to pay attention to, that's what gets nurtured. That's what grows in your life. Think about it. If you just keep staring at a closed door, hoping it'll magically open, you are absolutely going to miss the wide open window that might be right behind you.
Yeah.
And if you keep replaying the goodbye, hearing those last words over and over, you'll probably miss the quiet hello waiting nearby, a new person, a fresh start. It really comes down to that simple, but sometimes really hard truth. What you focus on, you feed. So what does that mean for us practically? How do we actually do that when the pull towards what we lost feels so strong?
It means recognizing you still have agency, you still have some control, even when you're hurting. And the sources call this redirection the bravest thing you can do. To consciously turn your gaze from what's broken to what's still breathing. To shift your attention from who walked away to who walks in day after day, even when you're not your best. That's powerful.
It really is.
And it's not about wiping the slate clean, pretending it didn't happen. It clarifies. Letting go isn't erasure. It's redirection. It's this deliberate choice to build from what's left, not what's lost. It's like saying, okay, this hurt me badly, but I won't let it have me.
Yeah, that defiance.
Exactly. It's understanding the past shaped you, sure, but it doesn't have to define your present or lock down your future. How do we start building that awareness, especially when grief or disappointment feels overwhelming? Often it really does start small. Daily choices to just notice, appreciate, lean into the now.
That's crucial, isn't it? That active, intentional directing of energy.
Yeah.
It's not always the easy path, but it's always a choice we can make. And the insights kind of wrap up this main part with such a liberating thought. The past is done teaching you. Now it's time to learn from the present. It doesn't dismiss what you went through, not at all. But it invites you to shift from looking back, analyzing, to discovering what's here now. It gently asks us, what do you still have? Who still loves you? What small joys still light your day? It's a real reorientation, reminding us that that's where your life is actually happening now. Not lost in the what-ifs, but right here in the what's here. Your unfolding story is now.
And, if you're listening to this and you feel like you are still holding on really tight to what's gone, I get it. We get it. It clearly meant something huge. It hurt. And it's completely okay to feel that, to acknowledge it.
Absolutely.
But as this wisdom suggests so beautifully, try not to let that past pain blind you completely to what's still here, to the people or things still choosing you, still holding space for you for your healing.
Yeah.
Because they're really great chapters. They aren't in the story that ended, no matter how much you loved it. They're in the one you're still writing right now, today, with everything you still have.
Wow. That's such a powerful and, I think, really essential message for everyone. This deep dive, it really drove home the power we have to shift our focus away from what's lost towards what beautifully, maybe quietly, is still around us. It's not about pretending everything's okay, but about actively choosing where to put our energy, our attention. So I really hope this conversation encourages you to take a moment, reflect on your own, what's still here, and maybe embrace the story you're writing right now in this moment.
And maybe just one final thought to mull over as you do that. Consider how much of your future isn't actually shaped by the absence of what was lost, but rather by the presence of what you consciously choose to nurture and cultivate now. It's an ongoing act of creation, really.
That's beautifully put. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope these insights can act as a bit of a compass for you, helping you navigate those inevitable changes with hopefully more resilience and a fresh appreciation for everything that remains. Until next time, keep digging deeper.